What is up guys, Wasted Gamer here, today unboxing the Notorious B.I.G, the Biggie Smalls, Life After Death vinyl record. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Right, I've been meaning to get this vinyl record for a while, right? I was actually going to get it when it was at those ridiculous prices. I mean, the prices were so ridiculous. They were going all the way up to £300, no joke, right? And then I was like, check on Amazon, like I do, right? Checked on Amazon and it said this was available for pre-order. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, what? They're actually re-releasing this, man. I was so hyped, man, when they re-released this again, reissued this again. I have to buy another one of this vinyl record. Okay, I'll wait a long time for this to kind of, for the price to go down for this, right? But instead, they did one better and they reissued it. Like, I don't know why they reissued it out the blue, man, but dang, man, I'm so glad I didn't buy it at those ridiculous prices. So I only paid £28 for this on Amazon, right? You can go and get it pretty much on all your music stores. You can get it from Amazon or eBay. But the point is now it's available for everyone to pick up in vinyl record form. Now, this album, right, is definitely such a classic hip-hop album, okay? I can't deny it, okay? All the tracks are just on point, right, okay? Hands down, Biggie is definitely one of the best lyricists of all time, man. Lyrically, man, he's one of the best rappers, you know. Still like Tupac and all that stuff, don't get me wrong, but I like them both in their different ways. I love how Tupac, the meaning behind his songs, you could just feel his pain through the song. You can feel all his emotions through the song, where he's feeling happy, where he's feeling sad, or when he's in that party mood. You can just feel all his emotions with Tupac, and that's why I can relate to a lot of Tupac's lyrics a lot more. Whereas Biggie Smalls, right, I can kind of flow with his music just flows, man, honestly. Like, he has like more of a flow to his music, right? And when he rhymes, right, he like kind of has a story to tell, and you can picture what he is saying. You can picture it. If he's talking about him coming at a car, shooting someone, you can imagine it just by the way he is saying his lyrics and everything like that. And that's why Biggie Smalls is one of the definitely a great rapper as well, hands down. You know, I don't get caught up in that East Coast West Coast beef, because if I do that, I'm gonna miss out on a great artist right here. Because at the end of the day, man, Tupac and Biggie, they probably would have squashed it. If they were alive today, they probably would have squashed it, you know what I mean? And Tupac, it wasn't a whole East Coast, West Coast war. Tupac didn't want that, you know what I mean? He just felt certain things, and that's why he just wanted to let it all out on a song, right? And the thing is, it's okay for other people at the time to write diss songs about people and go back and forth, but when Tupac does it, it's a completely different story. And this is why he was kind of frustrated at the time. When he kind of released Hit 'Em Up and stuff like that, like the media was just blowing it out of proportion. Like they started a coastal war. They started that coastal war. It wasn't Tupac and Biggie. It was mainly the media. You know what I mean? Like kind of putting things in people's head. Keep in mind there was no Instagram, there was no Facebook, there was no like social media back then. So the only way people would get their information was through the newspapers, magazines, and obviously the radio, and from all these press and the media, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. And then that's why people don't know what to believe, right? Because the media is saying one thing, this person saying that person saying that, Tupac saying this, Biggie saying this, you know what I mean? Like, it's just confusing for everyone. And then the media just blew it out of proportion, and that's pretty much it. Because all I see is when people diss people in the rap game, it's meant to be kind of a fun kind of thing going on right there. A fun kind of back and forth thing going on, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's some kind of competitive stuff going on right there, but at the same time, it's not meant to be a situation of life and death, you know what I mean? It wasn't meant to be like that, and then they got blew too much out of proportion, you know what I mean? So it's unfortunate this happened, but today we're going to be reviewing the Notorious B.I.G. Life After Death album / vinyl record, right? Let's do this, right? This vinyl record is definitely a classic. All the songs are hitting it, right? Definitely. I love every single song in it, right? Okay. So there's a couple of disses, okay? This is going on. There's a diss going at Tupac going in here. So we'll get into that when we look at the track list, okay? So let's take a look at the artwork, okay? So on the front, we got the classic artwork from the Notorious B.I.G. Life After Death album. If you've ever seen this before, you'll be very familiarized with it. If you've not, this is what it looks like right here. And over here, it tells you a classic Biggie a classic album for Biggie Smalls, featuring the top classic songs. That's the classic songs right there. It's featured in this album. And then it just tells you this album is representing the artistic vision of the Notorious B.I.G. and is being released in its entirety as it was recorded and manufactured prior to the March 9th, 1987. So this was released after he passed away. He wasn't kind of alive when it was released, you know, because we all know the events that kind of went down, man. But anyway, let's move on. Over here, we've got the Notorious B.I.G. Life After Death on the side, Bad Boy Records, right? And on the back, that artwork kind of continues on in the back, right? So that's kind of the track list right there. Okay, I'll kind of run through it. We got Life After Death intro, Somebody Gotta Die, Hypnotizing, Kicking the Door. Man, that was a classic song. Hypnotizing, Kicking the Door, classic song. We've got Last Days, I Love the Dope, definitely a classic song. What's Beef? We've got Biggie Interlude, More Money, More Problem. Over here we've got Miss You. We've got another featuring Lil Kim. Now, I actually quite like that song a lot. The duet that kind of went on in that song between Biggie and Lil Kim. I kind of like that kind of song, how it flowed together and how they put that together. I like the way they did that. You go listen to that song, you kind of understand it. I like that duet right there. And over here we got Going Back to Cali, Shaking for the Weather, Woman in the Weed. Okay, getting a little hype right now, okay. Kind of going off track. And over here we got round number 3, we got 10 Crack Commandments, Player Haters, Nasty Boy, Sky's the Limit, The World's Filled With. We've got my Downfall and Long Kiss Goodnight and You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You. Now, Long Kiss Goodnight, okay? Let's kind of briefly go over this, okay? Because a lot of people will want me to kind of talk about the song because I do a lot of Tupac vinyl record videos, Tupac videos on the channel, right? Right, so check out that playlist to check all that out. But a lot of people probably want to see like what I feel about this, everything like that, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it was a good diss song, you know what I mean? At the same time, right, Tupac was right the whole time. He said, right, in his Troublesome 96 song, they only diss me after I'm gone because they fear me in the physical form, okay? So I do remember this, right? And then Biggie, after Tupac passed away, what did he do? He dissed Tupac after he passed away. Now, the thing is, man, I don't know, man, okay, because I don't really agree. Like, after he passed away, then I don't really agree with that, okay? That just goes down as, you know, disrespectful, kind of, because you don't diss someone after they passed away. No matter how much disses they put at you, no matter how much hate they put at you, no matter how much they do that, you know. So if he was alive, then maybe, the first thing I thought was maybe he recorded that album and he was going to release it when Tupac was alive and he was going to take off the album and everything like that. But then he passed away and he just left it on the album. No, that wasn't the case, because keep in mind, there's an interview that Biggie did in the radio station and he was rapping that song on a freestyle. I'm thinking, why would you do that? Like, I thought that they left on the album mistake because they didn't know Biggie didn't want it on the album. Good to hear what he wanted to say back, like if he responded back to Hit 'Em Up. It's good to see his response back to all those disses that were kind of thrown at him. And don't get me wrong, lyrically, man, honestly, he goes kind of deep, man, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, man, but, you know, I don't know, I don't really agree with it, kind of, you know, him releasing it after he passed away. Like, I don't mind, right, because I thought they were kind of left on the album by mistake, and they're meant to take it off. But then, when I saw Biggie rapping on the radio station, I'm thinking, why after Tupac, like, the radio station guy, right, he asked Biggie, right, what do you feel about Tupac passing away? And then he said, like, a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? You know, reaching his heart out to, he was saying a bunch of stuff about Tupac, and then we rewind back forward, right? He does this, what's it called, freestyle on the radio, right? And it's like, he's rapping Long Kiss Goodnight, man, honestly. Like, after, like, Tupac passes away, I'm thinking, what the heck is going on here, man, honestly? But, yeah, that's kind of a wee insight of that song and how I feel about it. I'm not gonna lie, lyrically, that song, he definitely went hard in that song, right? But, I'm sorry, man, but Against All Odds and Hit 'Em Up, can't stress that enough, man. Hit 'Em Up is one of the most infamous rap songs of all time, man, honestly. So anyway, we'll take a look at all the records and we'll see what we get. But before we do that, there's actually a wee kind of wee leaflet in the inside, kind of showing the track list of the album, who's in the songs, who the producers are, who made the beats of the song, like you get with every single album. So I don't know if you can see that clearly, but we'll kind of do a wee quick overview of it, you know. So that's kind of what that looks like right there. So yeah. And also, we'll look at the records real quick. Right, so this was on side number A of LP number 1. That's what's the side number A. See the track list right there. And then side number B has this track list over here. Definitely some classic songs in there. And then we're going to go to side number C and D. The songs inside is number C. And this is on side number D right there. We got Going Back to Cali, Strictly for the Weather, Woman in the Wee, Sticky Green. Okay, I'm going quite off topic right now, but yeah, let's do this, man. Getting off track, man. On side number E, that's what we get. Is what's inside number E right here. And last but not least, this is what's on this side right here, side number F. So yeah, that's pretty much kind of a look at what the album, the vinyl record, looks like on the inside, right? But let's kind of do a wee quick overview of what I feel about it, right? What I feel about the album is this is lyrically, right, this shows, right, that Biggie is definitely, lyrically, he's definitely one of the best artists, definitely. Album right here, you'll definitely see it right there. Don't get me wrong, his first album was good as well, but this kind of amped it up a little bit and it showed you more what Biggie could do and what he was capable of in certain songs, you know what I mean? So, and I definitely like this album a lot. Definitely got a lot of my favorite tracks and I like the whole album a lot, okay? Long Kiss Goodnight. It's just interesting to see what his response is to Hit 'Em Up and all these diss songs that were kind of put towards him at the time. The most suspect thing is why, man, honestly, why was he rapping at the radio? Why was he freestyling that song at the radio station? That's the only thing I don't understand. But yeah, all you have to remember is they dissed me after I'm gone because they fear me in the physical form. All you have to do is remember that, okay? Tupac already knew once he passed away, people would come at him and start dissing him on the low. And that's kind of what happened, you know, so yeah, that kind of makes you think. Tupac was quite right about a lot of things, do you know what I mean? And you only notice that after he passed away because you don't notice it at the time because people weren't doing that stuff. But after he passed away, people were doing all that stuff he was saying in his songs. And that's what's amazing about Tupac. He prophesies everything. When he raps, as soon as he says the words, it's prophesized, you know what I mean? And that's crazy, man, honestly. Like, if I die tonight, like, dying, man, honestly. And if I die tonight, and like, Troublesome 96, he's so new, like, he's so new that people were going to diss him after he passed away and everything. So, it's crazy, man, like, how he predicted everything. But Biggie is definitely another favorite rapper of mine. I'm not going to cut him out just because of East Coast, West Coast war. It's just the media blowing it out of proportion and a lot of these internet thugs, you know what I mean? A lot of thugs on YouTube kind of amping it up like Pot Games, you know, not naming anyone specific, Pot Games. So yeah, and then we're moving on now, right? So yeah, definitely a classic album, you know, definitely gonna pick this up, right? And also, if you're a Tupac fan, right, if you never listened to this album because you own that East Coast, West Coast stuff, just go and pick us up because you're missing it on a great album right here, alright, okay? You don't need to listen to Long Kiss Goodnight if you don't want to, okay? You can skip that track if you want to, but you're missing on a great album right here. You know what I mean? Because you're never going to hear like tracks like this again, you know what I mean? This is a very unique album, this is, because it's Biggie put his own style in there, and I mean, no one will ever have that kind of style, his flow, you know what I mean, the way he rhymes and everything like that. Just like how Tupac, no one will ever have his flow, his meaning in his words, the words he's saying. No one can ever, how he expressed his feelings and it made you feel how he felt, you know what I mean? Like, no one could be like that. So you're missing on a great artist right here if you're doing that, you know. Don't be on that East Coast, West Coast stuff. Do better than that, you know what I mean? Be better than that. And just, you know, just listen to this album right here, you know. So there's no point being like that because it's not like nowadays you have great music to listen to, you know. Nowadays the music is so whack, man, honestly. Like, it's that trap music, man. I cannot listen to that, okay? I cannot, alright? So this is definitely well better than any trap music. Would you rather listen to Biggie Smalls, like Life After Death, or would you rather listen to trap music? Exactly, man. Okay, so don't be in that East Coast, West Coast stuff. Go and pick up Life After Death by Biggie Smalls with CD version, MP3, vinyl record. Definitely pick up a vinyl record form if you have turntables, you know, go and pick that up, definitely. But so that's pretty much it for this video right here. And definitely be a lookout for more vinyl record videos on the channel because I definitely do have well more coming to the channel. I got a lot more Tupac vinyl records on the channel coming soon. Till then, definitely go and check out that playlist over here for more vinyl record videos and to keep up to date with all my vinyl collection, right? Because I know you guys like to keep up to date with it. But that's pretty much it for this video right here. Leave a like if you like this video right here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll catch you guys next time.